Well, here it is, New Year's Eve day, and apparently that's a significant day because the dump closed early. I don't know why. Apparently New Year's Eve day is now an unofficial county holiday, so I had to stow my garbage by hand by parking at the entrance and walking the bags in 2 or 3 at a time, which wasn't too bad. It was only 3 or 4 trips, but you know, I don't know what to say. Dedication to those kids these days. I just don't know, you know. Here I am on Bessinger Road. I'm driving past one of the old rock quarries here, over there. I know you can't see it. It's really nice though. It's one of the cool rock quarries that has like a vertical rock wall around, oh, I don't know, maybe 1/3 of it. Maybe not quite that much, but one whole corner of it's like vertical rock wall about 20 or 30 feet above the water. And yes, it filled with water like most gravel pits tend to do when you stop pumping them out and you stop using them. Yeah, the wife and I really like the looks of it. It's fun to find on Google Earth, so just find all gray on the map and look up Bessinger Road and just kind of, you know, doodle down it, and you'll find a couple old gravel pits. The one on the side closest to the lake is the one we like. It's kind of cool. There's a couple nice house spots there where you could build a house. And there's other gravel pits in the area too. We like gravel pits. Out here, you know, in the country, every now and then you'll just, oh look, gravel pit all of a sudden on your side. And every now and then someone's actually utilized it by building a house on it too. They'll buy it and then they'll like put a house right on the edge of it. And it's really nice. It's like those planned subdivisions that people like the Ide Company down in Lansing area make, you know. Boy, that sun's really bright. And it's right at my rear view mirror, you know, that gap in between your rear view mirror and the edge of the windshield, and there's nothing that covers it. Man, so many times I'm like, all it would take is like a piece of construction paper or something similar and just tape it there. Just like a little, like, oh God, I don't know, a 6 by 9 inch thing, or maybe 6 by 11, I don't know, whatever's easiest. That would block the sun perfect. But have I done it? No. Have most people? No. Just around this time of day, in the sun's path around us, wide blue rotating world, everyone kind of does this. They hunker down behind their rearview mirror, and every now and then they gotta poke their head up, poke. Ah, I got this side. Oh Lord. Okay. Oh, gravel pits. The coolest gravel pit in the area is up at Alabaster. I think there was a town. It is a township, or it was. There's a church there. There used to be a really cool library, which my wife swears on a stack of Bibles that there were murals on the wall at this old Alabaster Public Library. It was a 2-story library, and supposedly there were murals. I have no reason to doubt her. However, I did email the Aranac County Library officials, whoever, I can't remember. What are they called anyway? You probably know. Google it. But I did contact them, I think on their Facebook page, and they actually called the librarian that was the last one to work at the Alabaster Public Library. And they said, hey, we don't remember. Were there murals on the walls there? And she said, why no? No, there were not. So, I don't know. We're getting old, you know, 43, 44. I don't even remember. I don't keep track of my age anymore. Not really. And your mind starts to go, right? You start to forget things. And sometimes your mind like takes images from someplace else and puts them with a memory of another place you've been. So, I don't know. I have experience with that. It happens all the time. I'll be driving by someplace, I'll be like, hey, I've been in there before. It's like yada, yada, yada. And the person I'm with is like, no, I was just in there a couple weeks ago, and there's no possible way that yada 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 ever took place or was in that place because of X, whatever the reason is, you know. And I'm like, oh. Or worse yet, I'll go investigate it myself, you know, like a kid coming down for Christmas. I'm like, oh, I remember this place. There was this cool thing here, and I remember it from like 35 years ago when I was a kid. Oh, I gotta show it to my kids. And I'll go in there, and I might have a kid with me, and I'll be like, oh, check this out. Oh, there's nothing here. Oh God, the sun. Oh, sun. Oh, there, now I can use that. Ooh, I look cool. No. So Alabaster, the Alabaster quarries, where they were world famous for mining, strip mining, which is actually technically true, strip mining high quality alabaster grade gypsum, which has been used for centuries. What's 1,000? Is that a millennia? No, that can't be a millennia. Millennia's a million. I don't know. Anyway, for thousands of years, you know, in the BC times, the Egyptians and other famous countries, civilizations, they were using alabaster gypsum to make statues. Because you can, when you get it, it's in a solid form, and if you get, it's kind of like marble, but it's way softer and easier to work with. So you can carve it, and it looks just like marble, and you can polish it up, but it's not as hard as marble, so it's not as durable. But there are some alabaster things lurking around the museums if you look it up. You know, Google alabaster gypsum, da, 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 da. Wikipedia is your friend, and you can get started on that if you're really curious. So this alabaster place with the big mine, it's really cool. They got lots and lots of roads going everywhere. There's actually a road, it's so big, it's on the bay, it's not the bay, it's on Lake Huron, and they've got, they used to have a loading crib, I don't know, maybe a quarter mile offshore, and it had a bucket system that went out there from a big huge building on the shore, and it went out from tower to tower to tower, all these cables, and all these buckets rode on it, and they'd go out there, and the buckets would fill like this big trough out there at the crib, and the Great Lakes ships would pull up to the crib, and they would load up, just like they do at the big iron ore docks up in the UP and that, but not, you know, not as big a scale. And there was a railroad spur from the Detroit-Mackinac Railroad going there. It's just a really cool place, and it extends from the shore side of US 23, and it goes back even further on the far side of US 23. And there were two roads that used to connect the two, and there was so much of the giant dump truck traffic carrying that stuff back and forth that they built roads, what do they call them, viaducts? I don't know, underneath US 23, and one of them's still there, even though they don't do much there anymore. And anyway, it's a gorgeous place. And the wife and I think it'd be perfect for a high-end subdivision. And since the road from the non-lakeside to the lakeside is still there, we think it'd be awesome, just awesome, to have most of the houses on the non-lakeside, but it's really hilly over there. So you could put lots of houses where they had a view of the lake. And then maybe some like really high-end properties on the lake itself, on that side, but then have a lot of that lakeside dedicated to a, maybe like a resort, or a like a club for the whole community, you know what I mean? We were picturing this as like a gated community, right? And then there'd be like a central facility right on the lake, with, you know, docks and marinas and a marina, all that good stuff. And it'd be really nice. But that's our plan. If you look at it on Google Earth, you know, Google Earth again, you'll see how really big the place is. There's still a dock there from the two tender boats. They're big. They're like 45, 50 feet long, steel baby tugboat, and a little thing to go out to talk to the ships and work on the crib and stuff. Those got sold off. My dad was there for that auction. He really wanted to buy one, but they were expensive. Yeah, so anyway, old gravel pits for the win. Old gravel pits to be high-end subdivisions. Why not? They've done it out of old landfills. They did that in the Lansing area. I don't know if the Ides did that one, but it's really neat. And you know, they took the landfill and they like cut a road in it, kind of going up and around it, kind of a sort of a spiral or back and forth. I don't remember, but it's got a nice view, and it's like, you know, houses kind of tiered down it. It's really neat. I don't know how long you have to wait to do that, because we just found a landfill down at the Middle Grounds in Bay City. I didn't know there was a landfill there, but at the four corners of that property, there's these big concrete posts. They're big. Well, okay, that's too small. It goes out of frame. I mean, the things are like 3 inches in diameter, and they go up to about chest high, and they're angled so that you can see what's on the top of them from the outside the fence. And it's got a big bronze plaque on it that shows a picture like a plat map. Here's the property, boom, 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 with all your like here's where you are, and you could set up your compass thing for sighting. God, I don't have the words when I want them. You know what I mean? The guys on the road with the thing on the tripod, and they sight to make sure the roads are in like perfect line. But for property, surveyors, ding, and you do that, and you can go from point to point. But anyway, they say this was a landfill, the area enclosed in here, and you can't use it, you can't dig into it for, and I don't know what the years are. I'll have to look back and see. I have a picture of it. I don't know. So, property ideas. Yay. Everyone get rich quick or slow by investing lots of money, lots of work, and lots of time. And that's probably how it should be. Cheers!